Today we will discuss about the rank of a matrix. You know the rank of a matrix. Here is definition. A number R is said to be the rank of a matrix A of order F R if okay a number R is said to be the rank of a matrix A of order R if number 1 there is at least one square matrix of A of order R whose determinant is not equal to 0. Second, if the matrix A contains any square submatrix of order R plus 1, then the determinant of every square submatrix of A of order R plus 1 should be 0. In short, the rank of a matrix A is the order of any highest order non-vanishing minor of the matrix. In other words, we can say rank of a matrix A will be R if there exists at least one minor of order R and every minor of order R plus 1 vanishes. That means every minor of order R plus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, once we repeat again, the rank of a matrix A will be R if there exists at least one minor of order R and there exists at least one minor of order R plus 1. This is very simple definition, and we denote the rank of a matrix by the symbol rho A. It is obvious that the rank of an m cross n matrix can at most be equal to the smaller of the number m and n, but it may be less. Means if there is a matrix of order 4 cross 3, then the rank of the matrix will be 3 or less than 3. It will not be equal to 4. Okay, hence now we discuss again one another form, echelon form of a matrix. This is very important, and echelon form of a matrix, and in order to find the rank of a matrix we are required to reduce the given matrix into echelon form, and after converting it into echelon form we see number of non-zero rows. If there is the number of non-zero rows will be the rank of the given matrix. So now we discuss about echelon form of a matrix. A matrix A is set in echelon form if number 1 every row of matrix A which has all its entries 0. Okay, every row of matrix A which has all its entries 0 occurs below every row which has a non-zero entry. And number 2, the first non-zero entry in each matrix in each non-zero row is equal to 1. This is very important. The first non-zero entry in each non-zero row is equal to 1. And third, the number of zeros before the first non-zero element in a row is less than the number of such zeros in the next row. So in this way we can reduce the given matrix into echelon form, and note the rank of a matrix in echelon form is equal to the number of non-zero rows of the matrix. Means number of non-zero rows of a matrix which is in echelon form will be the rank of the given matrix. Number 2, the rank of the transpose of a matrix is the same as that of the original matrix. Means if rank of a matrix A is 4, then its transpose and rank of this transpose matrix will also be equal to 4. Now we will discuss some examples. Example, find the rank of the matrix A which is equal to, in first column, 0 0 0, in second column 1 0 0, in third column 2 1 0, and in fourth column 3 minus 1 0. You have to find the rank of the matrix. Here we have the solution. We see that the matrix A has 1 0 rows and it occurs below every non-zero rows. Okay. Further, the number of zeros before the first non-zero element in the first row is 1. In second row you can see it. The number of zeros before the first non-zero element in the second row is 2. Thus, the number of zeros before the first non-zero element in any row is less than the number of such zeros in the next row. Simply we can see that here the given matrix is in echelon form, and in echelon form the number of non-zero rows is 2. Hence the rank of the given matrix is 2. Okay. Now we will discuss next example. Example, find the rank of the matrix A. This is equal to, in first column 1 2 0, in second column 2 1 1, in third column 3 0 2. Solution. In order to find the rank of the given matrix, we first find the its determinant value. So we convert it into determinant. We see that the value of the determinant is equal to 0. It means it is non-singular it is singular matrix and its rank cannot be equal to 3. Now we check whether there exists at least one minor of order 2. If it exists, then the rank of will be equal to 2. and if all the determinant of order 2 vanishes, that means its value comes out to be 0, then obviously its rank will be 1. Here we see that there is at least one minor of order 2, that is C 1 2 column, and second column 2 1, and its values comes out to be -3, which is not equal to 0. Hence the rank of the given matrix A is equal to 2. Now we will discuss elementary operations or elementary transformations. So there are 6 types of the elementary transformations. There is 3 elementary transformation for rows and similar elementary transformations for columns. Here we have Ri interchange to Rj, Ri Rj interchange. Number 2, Ri is such that Ri as Kri, means multiplying by a constant, non-zero constant. And third operation is by multiplying one row by a non-constant and adding it to another rows, that is Ri such that Ri plus Krj. Similarly, transformation for columns Ci Cj, interchanging of Ci and Cj. Second is Ci into Kci, where K is non-zero, and next Ci such that Ci plus K Cj. So this is the 3 elementary transformation, 1 for rows, 3 for rows, and 3 for columns. Now we will discuss about the elementary matrices. You know the elementary matrices. We are going to repeat it. Elementary matrices: a matrix which is obtained from a unit matrix, okay, which is obtained from a unit matrix by a single elementary transformation, is called an elementary matrix. This is very important, and keep it in your mind that a matrix obtained from a unit matrix by a single elementary transformation is called an elementary matrix. For example, if you have a matrix which is unit, that is a unit matrix of order 3 cross 3, then here we have one elementary matrix, that is in first column 0 0 1, in second column 0 1 0, and in third column there is 1 0 0, and this is obtained from unit matrix by a single elementary operations, that is interchange of Ci C1 C3. It means C1 and C3 is interchanged from the unit matrix. Similarly, see next example, in column 1 0 0, in second column 0 4 1, in third column 0, 0, 1. This is also obtained by multiplying R2 by 4. That means by a single operation, elementary transformation, we have obtained this matrix from the unit matrix. So sometimes example is asked in your exam. Now we will discuss a very important theorem, and it is used while proving some theorems. So theorem: every elementary row in bracket column, row or column, transformation of a matrix can be obtained by pre-multiplying or by pre-multiplication in bracket post multiplying or post multiplication, means for row pre-multiplication and for column post multiplication with corresponding elementary matrix. Against every elementary row or column transformation of a matrix can be obtained by pre-multiplication in bracket post multiplication with corresponding elementary matrix. This is the basic theorem of the rank, and this is very important. You must know it. Now we will prove this theorem. Proof: we shall first prove that elementary row transformation of a product AB of two matrices A and B can be obtained by subjecting the prefactor A to the same elementary row transformation. Okay. Similarly, every column transformation of a product AB of two matrices A and B can be obtained by subjecting the prefactor B to the same elementary column transformation. Okay, मतलब for row prefactor A and for column prefactor B. We consider now two matrices A as A is equal to Aij and B is equal to Bjk. Be two M cross N and N cross P matrices, and so that the product AB is defined. Means product is possible. A order of A and B such that their product is possible. Now let R1, R2 up to Rm be the row vectors of the matrix A, and C1, C2 up to Cp denote the column vectors of the matrix B. So we can write A as in matrix R1 in column R1, R2, R3 and so on Rm. Similarly, B in column C1, C2, C3 up to Cp. A is written in column form and B is written in as row. A is of M cross 1 and B is 1 cross P. Now we multiply A and B. We get matrix in first row R1 C1, R1 C2, R1 C3 and so on R1 Cp. In second row R2 C1, R2 C2, R2 C3 and so on R2CP. Similarly, RMC1, RMC2, RMC3, and so on, RMCP. So we have multiplied A and B and we get AB in this form, and let it be equation number 1. Now if sigma denotes any elementary transformation, that means any elementary row transformation, then it is quite obvious that in bracket sigma A into B is equal to sigma in bracket AB. For example, if sigma denotes the elementary row transformation, interchange of R1 and R2, then it is obvious that in bracket sigma A into B is equal to sigma in bracket AB. Similarly, it is quite obvious that if the columns C1, C2 up to CP of B be subjected to any elementary column transformations, then the column of AB are also subjected to the same elementary transformation. Okay, hence the results. Now if A, B and M cross N matrix, then we can write A is equal to IMA, and let it be equation number 2. And if sigma denotes any elementary row transformation, then we have sigma in bracket A equal to sigma in bracket IMA. We have multiplied above equation number 2 by sigma, and this is equal to sigma IM in bracket A, and this is equal to EA, and let it be equation number 3, and where E is the elementary matrix corresponding to the same row transformations. Similarly, we can write A is equal to AIP. Okay, and let it be equation number 4. Again, if sigma denotes any elementary column transformation, then we have sigma A is equal to sigma AIP is equal to A in bracket sigma IP, and this is your equal to AE1, and let it be equation number 5, where E1 is the another elementary matrix corresponding to the same column transformations. So this is all about of today class. Thank you.